Hi, it's Matt. Please stick around to the end of the video so you can see how I can build a Lego model for you.
Matt's Custom Creations.
Hi everybody, it's Matt with Matt's Custom Creations, and if you see a bunch of jump cuts, it's because I keep screwing up my lines. Today marks the 600 subscriber threshold, which has taken me 3 years. 3 long years. Anyway, I want to thank those 600 of you who are obviously among the most intelligent, good-looking, sophisticated, discerning people in the world. And then there's Skeeter. I appreciate each and every one of you. It really means a lot to me. I couldn't do it without you, and so often I get just awesome words of encouragement every time I feel like I'm going to give up. Y'all rock. A goal of mine from the beginning has been for this channel to be self-sufficient. In that way I can purchase new parts to build new projects, which is something I've never done. Up to this date, all the parts from kits that I received as a kid, and then parts in kits that my son got as gifts, gracious donations by viewers and subscribers. But I've never purposely purchased a kit for myself to build. Probably not since I was a kid. So that has been my challenge. You may call it a challenge, or you might just say I'm being cheap. There have been some exceptions, like when I bought the Twin Mill Hot Wheels Mega Block kit, because I also have a deep passion for Lego and Matchbox to some extent too. I've been collecting those since I was a kid also. Between the Lego and the Hot Wheels and Matchbox, those are the things I've kept from childhood. And my son has since grown his own collection, and then we've kind of melded them together. So I've been trying to figure out, how can I get more subscribers? What am I doing wrong? I kind of feel like the Artie Fufkin of Lego MOC designers. So one of my questions is, what is it that y'all like to see? Do you just like to see like finished items? You don't really care about how they're put together? Do you like the little vignettes where I do stop motion animation? Do you like combinations of the two? Please put in the comments what it is you'd like to see, or things you don't like. I'd also like to get to a point where I can start selling kits. But again, I'm going to need to build up some capital to buy the parts a la carte to make and sell and package kits to sell to fans and viewers. At one point I did have some editors working for me, and they did a great job and did it, fairly inexpensively. But lately I've been doing all my own editing, and really crudely, just using iPad and iPhone. I'm hoping that starting a Patreon page that can help fund for me to pay real professional editors to, put the fine touches on my work. So any support you can show me through the Patreon page and by subscribing and liking and sharing is fantastic. It'll really help me expand, or at least just keep going at a steady pace. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so let's take a look at how I've got this organized. So what I have here are just some Sterilite portable drawers I got from Walmart, and I've actually stacked them on top of each other. I originally had wheels on them so I could move them over to my workspace, but I took them off. Anyway, this is where the magic happens, or it's the magic behind the magic that happens. I wanted to show you today how I organize my Lego, because if you're going to be working on so many different projects, just having them all thrown in a box or all jumbled together, it would just take forever to try to ever build anything. So I've set up my own system on how I can organize the different parts and the types of parts, and make it easier for me to do all the different builds that I do. On top of my shelf units, you can see I have some of the projects I'm working on or from the past. Here's an example of a container of a project that I'm working on. These are my funny cars. They're all blown apart, but I've kind of kept the pieces together in case I need to do any more filming or rebuild it, whatnot. These are some of the Hot Wheels Lego-based cars. This is one that's upcoming. I haven't shown this one yet. As if you couldn't guess already, the way I have them organized is first by color, pretty much. And this is my yellow drawer. And then if there's like a variation on the yellow, like these are kind of an orangish yellow, I put those in a little baggie. Gold, gold. My precious. Oranges. And within the orange drawer, I've got my purples, and there's a handful of pinks. And it's kind of fun when the color of the box matches the color of the parts inside. These are some of my see-throughs, and these don't have much rhyme or reason. Just anything of any color that you can see through goes in these bins, and then it overflows into the drawer itself. Reds and dark reds. I've got kind of my red Technics pieces in their own little container. This is a remnant of when I was working on that Mercedes-Benz C311. I think that's what it's called. And I just haven't gotten around to sorting out, putting the black pieces away and picking out the white pieces from it. Just happen to be sitting in here. Here's a better example of how I go to further sub-categorize things. These pieces are all my angled pieces. So I keep those in the round bin. Here's an example of flat wing or delta shaped pieces. These are where I keep my dies. These need to be sorted. But I typically keep one container of characters, and the other container is typically their tools and weapons and stuff like that. I've also got some remnants of past projects. That I just haven't deconstructed completely. And that's the case of this drawer too. This is the front components of that Mercedes. That's the back end. These are pieces of the T90 tank. My motorcycle I built is inside that one. Again, these are more remnants of other projects. In case I want to revisit them. That's actually the remains of a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory set that my son and I built a few years ago, and I really kicked myself for not having really documented it well enough. Okay, here we go with the greens. Basically these are pretty much purely by color. Dark greens, light greens. The Kelly greens are basically floating at the bottom. And I have what I call my Kobe greens. Hashtag sponsor me please. Forget what's in here. No, these are oddball greens. This is messier than what I remember. Sorry, folks. Similar to how I did my blue Technics stuff. Got one of these organizers for all my blue Technic fasteners. I typically have mine, for the most part, standard blocks. Now here's something interesting. You can see just from where that's fallen apart there. But that's because this block is from the 1970s, from when I was a kid, so you get different color variations over time. Got all my dark blues together in there. I got the sort of powder blues in there too, the slate blues. In this drawer, it's some more kind of half-built or existing projects. Some of these I inherited from subscribers. Some are things we just built and just haven't taken apart yet. These are my dark gray pieces, and I've also included the silvers in here too. Here's a case where all the parts that are round or cylindrical, of any kind of circular shape, I got those all together. These are all the browns and tans of various shades. You can see all the light tans are just in the bottom of the drawer. So I've got light tan, medium tan, brown, dark brown. Okay, this next drawer is one of my favorite drawers. It's the wheel drawer and treads. So I've tried to group smaller wheels together, other wheels, tank treads, etc., etc. Folks, this is like all the official Lego treads I have. So please, if you can, hit me up on that Patreon and we can get more of like official Lego tank treads going. Because you've all seen in my videos, I've used this really inexpensive and easy alternative. But I'd love to make stuff with the wheels really going around. I just don't have enough of them. Tucked away, I've got some building pads. I don't know what you call these. I'll just call them a pad. But I got some blue ones, green ones, and those gray ones. Here's the drawer with the black pieces. I'm nuts, so I used the nuts container. And this has all Technics type parts in it. So I'll group Technics, I'll group round parts, I'll group angled parts. That's basically how I break them down. This is where a lot of fun happens here. This is the mech drawer. And we build all our mech guys here. We have a lot of fun with it. This is hilarious. This is part of a guy that my son made. And in his body there's a little chicken and a pig head. It's good stuff. Yeah, all this is Heroes, Bionicles, that type of stuff. Hero Factory. Okay, so there's bound to be overflow. These are the remnants of that Mercedes-Benz. I just haven't totally taken apart all the components to file them back in their drawers. Speaking of which, I've traditionally used this official Lego box as kind of a catch-all. Oh, here's a good message. Like, subscribe, share. This is where a lot of things end up. It's kind of the catch-all. This is a tackle box. Just take the top right off. Where for my light grays, and this is where I've got, it's a little messy right now, but you can see I put like smooth parts here, round parts generally there, rocket type parts here. It has different layers to it. These are really handy. Here's yet another tackle box. It's great. You can group and divide things. So the top half of this one is black. Apparently, I've got mostly black and dark gray pieces overall. And so on the second tier are my gray pieces, and you can see I have dark gray. You can see I have Technics type parts, and that's kind of a mishmash. Whoa! In order to get more subscribers, I've got a deal for you. You might have seen where it says, I'll build a model for you. And you might have seen there's an asterisk there too. Well, here's the asterisk. The asterisk is the catch. The catch is, what I'd like you to do is if you can get 10 of your friends or fellow Lego enthusiasts to subscribe and put a comment in one of my videos saying, I subscribe and so sent me, like, hey Matt, I subscribed, Saber Warrior 3548 sent me, or History Bricks by D sent me. You guys think you can do that? If you do, if I get 10 subscriptions and I can tie them back to you, then I will build a design of your choice. Within reason, okay? It can't be like too crazy. But I'll build a design for you and feature it and give you a shout out. And if it ever comes to where I, make it commercially, then one of the first models will go out to you. And, you could say, hey, I was the idea behind this. I think it's a pretty cool idea. I hope you do too. Anyway, with the build itself, I'm looking at something on the scale of these type of vehicles, or it could be a plane, it could be a boat. Kind of what's in my wheelhouse right now. I do like making buildings. I actually have an architectural background. I just don't have enough of the right parts to really do any buildings justice. Anyway, thank you again for all the support you've shown me and helping me to reach my next goal, which is that of 1,000 subscribers, so I can at least be considered for monetization. All your help and support is greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot, y'all. Bye.